All right, we are live. Okay, I think we're live. Yeah. All right. Again, guys, you guys have to hang in with me. I'm still horrible at live stream, so getting used to it. I'm trying to get into the flow of things. That light is kind of. Let's see. All right, that's better. We'll move over here. All right. All right. So I'm gonna record this video and then I'll post it up for you guys. Currently we don't have anybody viewing the video right now, but I'll just say what I need to say, and then you guys can kind of see it afterwards. I hope you guys are having a lovely day, by the way. I hope you guys are killing it. Hope you guys are, living out your full potential each and every day and going after your dreams, going after your goals. But yeah, so in today's video or live stream, I wanted to talk about what happiness truly is. I feel like nowadays the topic of happiness have just been so just like when we hear happiness, we think of just like this woo woo thing. We think of something that's like out there, something that doesn't really exist, right? And we don't think that it's like a thing, really. But it is a thing, and like something that I was always interested about from a young age was I was young, right? I was young, and I would see all these people, right? And I would interact with other people, and you guys know what I'm talking about. Like you can get kind of like a vibe off somebody, like if somebody's having a bad day or a good day, if somebody's generally happy or somebody's depressed and insecure and sad and anxious. You get that vibe off people. And from a young age, I was always curious on what that was. What made people have a good day versus a bad day, or what differentiated people that were happy, um, you know, compared to people that weren't happy, compared to people that were depressed. What made people depressed? What made people down and anxious? And was something I was always curious about. And it's funny because at a young age, I was just so talkative. I was so outgoing. I would literally talk to anyone, like a stranger off the streets. Like I wouldn't even care, but I would like treat him and like build rapport with him. And I treat him like my best friend, like a long lost friend when I just met the person. And I started to realize that when as the years went on, right, when I started to go to middle school and then high school, I started to adopt all these negative beliefs about myself, started to feel like I was unworthy, and I lost a part of myself. I lost my authentic self, and I didn't feel like myself anymore around people. And it just kept getting worse and worse every single year, and it was getting harder and harder every single year. And I was, as the years went on, I got more curious. I was like, what is this that's making me feel so restricted around people? What's making me feel so uncomfortable around people? What's making me not be able to make friends or be able to just express myself and get out of my comfort zone? Like, what was that thing that was stopping me? And it came down to happiness. It was so it was the things that I was believing, the thoughts I was having, the ideas that I was putting in my head, and the ideas that I was putting my faith in, I was believing. And that's really what happiness is. It's you adopting beliefs, because happiness in a broad sense, the definition of happiness is your emotions. It's how you feel, right? That's happiness. But what gets mixed up and what I think has been misconstrued over the years is that people mistaken pleasure for happiness, because they're like, okay, if I feel pleasure, then that must mean I feel happy, because you just said it. Happiness is like emotions. Happiness is our emotions. So that means that if I feel pleasure, I must be happy. And although you are feeling good emotions, you feel good. Happiness is much more concrete. It's much more than this superficial thing that only lasts for a minute or so. When you're getting pleasure pleasure is just like a short-term kind of emotional spike. I guess you could say, you feel good for a little bit, right? You get that euphoric rush, or whatever it is that you're getting pleasure in. You get it for a little bit, but then what happens? It quickly, after maybe like 15 or 30 minutes, it quickly just disappears. And it's like that you can't constantly be doing that. You can't constantly be relying on pleasure and trying to feel pleasure throughout your day, because you're just going to be worn out. You're going to be tired. So in order to feel happiness, you need to understand what happiness is, and understand that happiness is so much more different from pleasure. Pleasure and happiness are not the same thing. So back to what I was saying. So happiness is our emotions, is how we feel, but it's not so much like pleasure. It's more a concrete kind of thing. It's this thing that is basically like enlightenment. You're feeling happy, and not to say that you're feeling happy all the time. You're a lot less prone to these negative emotional reactions, and so you're seeing life through a clear perspective, and you're not seeing it from a point of view of negativity or jealousy or whatever it is that might be for you. That's what's creating the unhappiness, right? When we're babies, we're generally happy. We come out happy. We don't come out to this world and we're all depressed and insecure. Like, we don't start out like that. We start out as our authentic self, as our true self, through truth. And over the years, we adopt beliefs from society, from parents, from friends, from the people around you, and you start to form all these beliefs. And you form beliefs that you have to look a certain way, and when you don't look a certain way, you now feel like you're not good enough. And now you believe that. Now you create these emotions of feeling insecure of yourself, or feeling unworthy about yourself, because you put yourself to a standard, and you don't think you meet that standard. And so now you're depressed, or now you're unhappy. So we create a lot of the unhappiness that happens in our life. We create all the unhappiness that happens in our life. But we were happy before, and that's what I want you guys to understand, is that our normal state, our state is supposed to be happiness, supposed to be joy. But over the years, we've accumulated all this knowledge and information, and over the years, we've grown depressed, we've grown insecure, we've grown anxious over the years. So in order to achieve happiness, it's a matter of going back and seeing what is making you unhappy. Not so much like, I think a lot of people, they think of happiness and they try to attain happiness by doing the things that make you happy. And that's great. Do that. Do the things that you enjoy. Do the things that bring you joy. But what I see is a lot of people just try to do those things expecting to be happy. Right? Expecting, because they think that if they put all their focus onto what makes them happy, then the unhappiness will go away. But what you're really doing is you're just running away from the unhappiness. Sure, you're bringing in all this happiness and the things that bring you joy, and you feel good momentarily, but that unhappiness is still there. The unhappiness is not going to go away unless you deal with that unhappiness. You have to deal with the situation. You have to look at the problem, see it for what it is, and don't ignore it. Don't say that's not there, because it's always going to be there. It's always going to be there until you address it. So for us to be happy, we have to address the things that are not working, the things that are making us unhappy, the beliefs and the thoughts and the ideas and the emotions that are making us unhappy. And we have to dig deep into that. We have to dig deep into what it is that's making us unhappy. And when we can do that, then we just go back to our normal state of being happy. So I hope you guys understand that. It's not much of just trying to find happiness and trying to do things that make you happy, but it's a matter of finding things that are making you unhappy. Because happiness is our normal state. So what's making you unhappy? And that's what you have to look for. That's what you have to catch on to. And when you catch on to that, you can start, you can't make change without awareness. You need to have the awareness. You need to be aware first if you want to make change happen. You can't change something that you're not aware of. So start becoming aware of the things that are making you unhappy, and with a place in a place of awareness, we can then go about and change it. And that's a whole nother job of like knowing how to change it. There's that thing that, there's one thing to know that you need to change it or you know how to do it. Now it's a matter of actually doing it and actually doing the change. Because you could know all you want. You could have all the knowledge in the world. You could have knowledge that even millionaires have. But if you don't take action to it, if you don't implement the ideas that you're putting in your brain, then you're not going to actually get the results. And action is how you get any result that you want in life. That's it. It's a matter of trial and error. And that's why I'm such an advocate. But I struggle with this too, taking action. But I'm such a strong advocate of it, and I understand the importance of it because that's what creates every result that you've gotten in your life, or any result that you want in your life. It's a matter of taking action. You do one action, trial and error, see if that works. If it doesn't work, do another action. And if that action works, then you double down on that action and you see the greater results that you get from the right actions. Happiness is very much the same way. Find what works. Take action. Start meditating. Start doing the things that are actually benefiting you and your happiness, and real happiness, not that superficial happiness, but the real happiness of fixing up your brain, fixing up your mind, fixing up the beliefs that you have. And then you have the right actions. And it's a matter of getting past the resistance, getting past the things that are holding you back from actually implementing it and taking action towards it. And once you find the resistance, then change happens. That's literally how change happens. So I wanted to just dive into what happiness really was, because I feel like it's a very abstract concept, obviously, and there's a lot of people that are unaware of it. But I think it's so important for people to become aware of this, become aware that happiness is your emotions, and in order to be happy, we define the things that are making us unhappy, things that are making us feel these negative emotions. All right, so let's see. And a question that you guys might have, and I just kind of came up with this question myself because I was thinking of ideas of what I could do for my live stream. And so I started thinking of questions that you guys might have, since I'm not really getting much engagement. So I can't really tell what you guys want, but I'm trying to just take it into my perspective and see you guys, or put myself into your guys' shoes and ask questions. So a question I came up with was that you guys might have is, how long is happiness going to take? How long is it going to take for me to be happy? And it's a question that I even asked myself. I was like, when am I actually going to be happy? When am I going to be able to not engage in these negative behaviors and feel these negative emotions? And it's a lot of questions, but how long will it take? That question, the answer to that question would be, well, it depends how much work you put in. If you only meditate for 10 minutes out of the whole week, and you're asking, how long will it take? Well, it's going to take a while. If you only put 10 minutes of meditation, or 10 minutes of gratitude, or 10 minutes of a journaling exercise, or whatever it is that pertains to your happiness and your personal journey, if you only put 10 minutes out of the week to do that, then it's going to take a while, right? Like, that's going to take a while. If you want to become a great basketball player, and you ask me, how long is it going to take for me to become a great basketball player? And you're starting out from the beginning, I'm going to tell you, it depends on the amount of work that you put in. If you're only putting in 5 minutes a day towards basketball, then it's going to take a while. But if you tell me that you're going to work and that you're going to put in half of your day, 12 hours of your day towards basketball every single day, then I'll tell you a lot quicker than before. Right? So the question, how long will it take for me to be happy? Well, it comes down to how much work you're willing to put in. You could put in 10 minutes of meditation each and every day, or you can put in an hour. If you put in an hour, you'll become happier a lot quicker. It's simple. It's so simple, but really, guys, think about that. You put in more work and the right work, right? We don't want to be doing things that are not benefiting us and actually bring us the results, but the right kind of actions and the right kind of results. You do the right actions and you put in the work for it, and you put in more than the average person, then you'll become happy a lot quicker. So yeah, so take into consideration that with anything in life, even with happiness, right? Since that's the topic of this video, understand that it depends on how much time and effort that you're willing to put into something in order to see the results. That's how quick you will see results, is based on the amount of work and the amount of effort and amount of time that you put into something. And as for the specific kind of exercises and the ways that we can become happy, well, that's what this channel is all about. And that's what I want to provide with you guys in this channel, is ways that we can become happy in our busy life, in our everyday life. Taking these small little actions that we can do every single day, they can add up, right? I'm a big advocate for the compound effect. These small, seemingly small things that don't seem like they have any significance, doing that on a consistent basis, day in and out, that adds up. And that eventually gets you to the happiness that you want. But that also depends on how much time and effort and energy that you're willing to put in each and every single day. So that's what happiness is. I know I've been kind of straying away from the topic, but I just wanted to. I think that's so important, and understand that happiness. If you want true happiness, well, anything in life that is worth getting, or that is big enough, or that has any prize, right? Anything that's really valuable is going to take some time. Like anything in life, if you want a good relationship, financially, you want to be financially free, you want to be happy, you want to pay off your debt, all these big things, right? We see these as big things, is going to take some time. You're not going to make a great relationship in a year, right? That's going to take small, consistent efforts every single day for a while to actually have a good relationship. Anything great takes a while. So for you to be happy, and not to say that it's going to take you forever, it's not going to take you forever, but it's not as short as what people think. It's not a few months and you'll be completely happy or completely rich. Maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years, but then again, it depends on the amount of time and effort that you put into something that will guarantee you the fast results. And a tip to you guys, right? The tip, if you guys are watching this, a tip that I can give you guys is if you want to succeed a lot faster than what you're currently going at, find people that are already successful. Find people that you can model off of. Find mentors, find coaches that are that have the results that you want, that have been through all your trials and tribulations, that have gone through the struggle that you're going through right now, and learn from them. Learn from their mistakes. Learn from what they're doing and what's working for them. Because when you model what you want to do and you model the people that are already successful at what you want to be successful at, then you'll reach success so much more quicker. You'll save so much more time, energy, just effort, so many years off your learning curve. If you're able to learn from people that are already successful, if you're able to learn from the people that have the things that you want to have, right? So model off success. There's a quote out there. I forget who it's by, but the quote goes, "Success leaves clues. Successful people leave clues." It's like they leave their footprints through books or through interviews or whatever it is that they might release, courses, coaching calls that you could call them. They leave clues, and you can catch on to those clues, and you can catch on to what they messed up in, and you can learn from them, and then you can see how they became successful, and you can model off their strategy or model off their exact actions or their plans and get to where they are. It's very simple, and it's like I feel blessed to be in a generation where I'm able to access this kind of information. I'm able to access a mentor or a coach that lives in the other side of the country, right? Because through the internet, I'm able to do that. And 10 years ago, this wouldn't have been possible. So I think now more than ever is the best time to become successful, the best time to become your best possible self, to reach your full potential. All right, guys. So that was it for the live stream. I know I said I was going to do a live stream every Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. I'm currently trying to find a good time that I could do this every single day, so you guys don't, so you guys can expect something from me every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. But as of right now, it's kind of all over the place. It's kind of sporadic, but I don't mind it because I can just upload it and it goes up as an upload. So yeah, I hope you guys, got some content out of this. I hope you guys got some value out of this. If you guys have any questions, just leave it in the comment section below. Excuse me. Oh my God. But leave it in the comment section below and I will address it in the next live video. So any questions that you guys have about anything, I'll be back on tomorrow. Let's set a time. I'll be back on the live stream tomorrow at, let's say, 3 o'clock. We'll do the live stream at 3 o'clock. So if you guys want to stay tuned or want to be at that, just make sure you're on this live stream at 3 p.m. Eastern time if you guys want to check out the live stream. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you guys want more content like this. Again, I want to bring as much value and share all the knowledge that I'm learning and be able to document my process and keep it real with you guys and be transparent about things and show you how I'm able to change my life and how hopefully I can change your guys' life too. Right? Once I change my life, I want to be able to show you guys, right? Like what I was talking about, you guys can model my steps and I can show you how I became happy, how I was able to become successful, how I was able to be financially free. Through a new expression, through a new action, through a new thought or a belief. So yeah, I'm going to stop rambling off, guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And yeah, remember that change happens only with a new expression. I'll see you guys back tomorrow. See ya.